Out of character. Technically, she didn't lie. Last person who bought from her was
Big
what's
Tony.
his name? No, the one in the
Oh, you
hangar.
mean sorry.
Yeah, sorry. No, not sorry. Sorry was the guy she saw. That was Tony's boss.
Well, technically, I guess you didn't sell anything to Sorry, you gave him a free sample.
It was Boots. I gave some of the Boots.
Well, no, Sorry was the last one you gave drugs to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're making the argument that Boots is still on station.
Yes.
That's fair. Um, huh. And how are you trying to play that, though?
Like Boots didn't wrong her, and she sold him drugs, and he's still alive. Last you seen him, she let him go because he was a pleasant person to deal with.
Huh. Hold on one sec here. I've got the wrong notepad open. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. Forbidden. Oh. You mean this Crix?
Yes.
If I have the Crix, then why? What does that do for you?
He's a character witness
To what?
to my good nature.
Okay, and I feel like you're gonna just drift there for a while before any radio comes back. He says you killed everyone.
They got in my way, all except him. I didn't open fire on him.
So you killed everyone that got in your way.
Yeah, and I don't consider you in my way anymore. I realize the position I am in.
I left you adrift in open space, destroyed your shuttle, took the base you intended to take away from you. I've taken everything that you want. It's mine now.
Yes, I understand that.
And you want
You
me to
have outsmarted
believe
me.
that you'll just let that be.
I realize when I've been beaten.
I find this whole talk to be tenuous, but I do see an opportunity here. So I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick you up, Yavanta, and I'm going to send you back, and I'm going to give you a debt I expect to be paid.
Oh man, couldn't it be one of those debts that you don't expect someone to pay?
Well, the debts you don't expect people to pay are the debts that they get killed for, so it's his choice. Sorry, her choice.
Very well. Is this a debt that I'll know about, or is it going to be floating over my head for some time?
What? No. If I didn't have a reason to keep you alive, I would just let you drift.
You are quite generous.
When you get back to the station, you will be given a pad. The pad will have further instructions.
Very well.
You will follow these instructions to the letter, or I will find you, and I will kill you. If I ever hear that you're coming for me, that you intend me any harm, that you intend any of my operations any harm, I will kill you.
You do have that right.
Do not cross me, Yvonta. I am smarter than you. I am better than you. And doggone it, people like me.
Yes. Practically venom dripping from her voice, but yes.
Very well, Yvonta. Accomplish this task for me, and I will consider us square. Yeah, at this point, essentially, what's going to happen is that Aeroflight is going to circle around and basically, one of those sci-fi movie maneuvers where the cargo bay of the ship is going to open up and it's just going to fly up and then knock you into it, and the doors will close and the bay will fill with oxygen air.
Great. She'll take off her helmet and see about waiting for her pad. This should be interesting.
No, they're going to fly you back to the Nox station. You're not coming anywhere near this asteroid. They're going to fly you back to the Nox station and land. The hangar doors will open to allow you to leave. This is weird.
Alright, she'll take her leave of the ship.
Right. And it will take back off again to head back to, where it comes from.
I assume she knows where to go to start this chain of events.
Well, while you're in the bay of the Knot station, sorry, the Knot state. I don't know if I've ever said it out loud. The Knot is the name of the asteroid that the Psycho Saints are on. The one that you came from before you flew back out on the Wasp. I knew I've referred to it as the Psycho Saints pirate base before, but I don't think I ever named it by the asteroid. And I've been naming it by the asteroid this whole time, so.
Is it N-O-T?
N-O-T-T. The Knot.
What's the name of the group that was stationed here?
It's in chat. The Knot is the name of the asteroid, the Psycho Saints is the name of the pirate group, and the pirate groups as a whole are known as the Novus Blades, so the Psycho Saints affiliation is with the Novus Blades. That's all things that you would know in character.
Alright, I'll just put that in my character sheet notes. And let's exit the ship. I have the pad now, right?
No. Nobody ever got in contact with you on the Aeroflight. You were basically just kept in the cargo hold until we got here. Nobody's risking getting into contact with you or having you do something. Even with all that spiel that was given, still understood that you are a ruthless drug dealer that killed all your clients from the last mission. Back on the knot, however, a boxy-looking synth is going to roll up on you. It's got treads for legs.
That's interesting.
It has 4 arms and a dome-shaped head that has eyes that appear to go every 45 degrees.
So very relatable to a Rex.
Sure, I guess. Except for the whole eyes every 45 degrees. By which I mean on a horizontal circuit, not all 45 degrees and forward facing.
Yeah.
It rolls up towards you, and with one extended hand, it has a pad.
So take it.
All right. Do you read it here? What do you do?
I'm gonna find someplace more hidden.
Okay. So you're gonna go to the same old corridors, or you're gonna find a room? What do you want hidden wise?
I'll find a room.
All right. You'll wander for a bit. You probably have a room here at some point that you could probably just go back to. I mean,
Yeah.
you were based out of here for some time.
Yeah. So she'll go there to look at it.
All right. On the pad will be a goal. And this goal that I'm going to give you is to retrieve the secret keeper research notes on Nefva.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that directed at me?
Is that NEPHA?
No. No, it was not directed at you, Griff.
I feel like I missed something.
On the pad, that's mechanically what the pad is giving you. In character, the pad has information about a communique between. Sorry, I need to bring up another notepad. Sorry, I hate when everything goes super slow on me the moment I need the information. It contains a communique between Volante Industrial, sorry, what's the name of the race? Nudarian, by the name of Radcliffe, and a keeper operative with no name listed about a resource transport required for some large operation going on Neffa. And buried in the communique is an encrypted, was apparently once encrypted, now decrypted series of notes regarding a series of keeper bases which are performing various military
Keeper
tests.
base what?
I'm sorry, you said keeper base what? Out of nowhere.
Yeah, because it blanked out there and I couldn't hear what you said. Keeper base experiments.
Yeah, it was literally what I was still saying. So,
Yeah,
no, you
it
said
blanked
I
out.
blanked out, but I was still talking. I was literally as far as I got to talking. So,
Oh, okay, but I hadn't heard you because my audio blacked out.
all right, well, backtrack. What did you hear me say at all?
I have we're it was Volante Industries and a Nudarian named Radcliffe and a keeper op with no name. There's something about resource transport, about some large op on Nepva, and there's encrypted notes regarding is where I stopped being able to follow what you were saying.
A series of keeper bases on Nepha performing research into military technologies.
All right, got that down. The notes sound so much better when I'm writing them as you're talking than when I'm trying to read them back. But I got the basic information down.
It appears that at some point a messenger ship was sent through the asteroid belt. Uh, as you know, as everybody in the system probably knows, messenger ships are how most communications are relayed. Specifically, if you don't want a radio transmission being picked up anywhere in the system, or local broadcast radio transmissions are typically done by a network to a local band. So what you'll do is you'll send, or everything will be recorded at one specific point. The ship will travel to another point, upload all of its information to a network, and then that network will then broadcast to that area. So that basically it's problem is I can see this in my head, but I can't say it out loud very well. It's basically like if you're emailing packages of radio networks back and forth just by ship. So what happened here is that obviously at some point one ship that was carrying all these messages got taken by a pirate group, and this specific one found its way into the hand of Noxu, and Noxu has a specific interest in it for some reason.
Yes. So this should be interesting. All right. Well, it, we've got the coordinates of this, or am I supposed to be trying to find it?
You're supposed to be trying to find it. You've got the planet.
Yes.
That's about it.
Was I given any kind of stipend to be able to
No.
get this done?
I don't need to hear the rest of that. Was I given a stipend? No. No, the guy who chose not to just leave you out there and kill you did not give you extra money.
All right. Well,
Or I
maybe
should
I should
say, the
ask you
guy, he was a synth, so technically not a guy.
the thing. Well, was I given my general layout of gear that I usually take with me, or had I lost that as well?
No, you have your stuff. I assume you put your spacesuit on over what you had.
All right. So first things first, I need to make some money to get this done. Let's see. I've got some streetwise, and it would take questioning. I don't have quite enough XP to get questioning. But I'll take not having a skill. What it would be what mind and questioning and streetwise to find people of the underworld.
I mean, technically, this entire station is the underworld, so, I mean, what are you looking to do here?
Well, find someone that's not going to kill her on sight and try to get some information out of them about opportunities on this area to make some money, like looking for clients.
You're a well-known drug dealer, and a station full of people who want drugs.
Very well, then, more like let's call it advertising then.
Sure, hit me up with a mind and gossip then.
And streetwise,
Sure.
all right, I don't have. Well, gossip is now a gift. So, what skill would have been involved?
Is it a gift now?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
It's just a bonus
negotiation
to
is a
your
skill.
I guess
Yeah.
negotiation then.
All right, and streetwise would be appropriate.
As said before, yes.
Sorry, I should have listened better.
No. No, this is all on me. Streetwise 8. So what do you think your best product probably is?
Probably the one that causes enraged, or the one that gets rid of tired.
So you think there's a
Asleep.
big market for people being super angry in the Psycho Saints?
Well, that's the closest I can think of to Coke.
Sure, okay. So you're a coke dealer.
Yeah,
Mainly. Your main product is cocaine. Space cocaine.
yes. That's why I also said the
Spain.
one that gets rid of asleep, which kind of does the same thing. So
Cocase.
she's the speed dealer.
Sure. Alright. Alright, so you're going to be dealing that for a while. Trying to make enough money to get off station to, I guess...
Find somebody who can take me all the way out there and maybe hire a crew to come with.
Right. Alright. Alright, well, we'll leave you there for the time being. And we'll move on to the Porsche.
Hello.
To remind us the last thing that you were doing.
I was stowing away on a ship. That was apparently taking me further out system.
Nope, opposite.
Sorry, further in system.
Right. Everybody else is at the very edge of the system. And you've gone from one of the edge system planets to heading back in towards one of the actually past the habitable zone and back into the uninhabitable inner system. To Turvis, I believe is what we said.
Yeah.
Third planet from the sun.
Yeah, there's increasingly more wrinkles in my plan. But, I mean, that was it. I was stowing away on the ship. Some people were looking for me. I'm not exactly clear why, but I did commit a murder, and it looked like things were going badly, so it's time to flee town.
And you did. Almost having killed somebody. Or no, actually almost having been killed yourself, it looked like.
Yeah, I suffered a grievous injury in the process.
Right. And you tried to hide out on the asteroid Vespa for a while, but failing that, you found your way back to the docks and you boarded a ship, having chosen one that was heading towards Turvis instead of the other two options they were given.
I chose a larger ship where I'd be more likely to blend in with the crew.
Correct.
And now I'm, well, blending in with the crew.
Well, you got on the ship. What skills do you have to blend in with the crew? Did you hear me?
No.
I said you had gotten aboard the ship, but I said what
Right.
skills did you have to blend in with the crew?
Oh, okay. I missed the part where you said skills. That didn't come through.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I am actually a laborer. So I actually have craft and athletics, so I can actually do manual labor. And I have a teensy bit of deceit, so I can blend in.
Okay. Well, give me a roll of mind, craft, deceit. See how much you can act like just another member of the crew.
Sorry, Windows being a little weird. I'll fix this in a bit. Okay, mind, deceit, and what else?
Craft. I mean, if you can't do the job, then you aren't going to really fly on.
Sorry,
Sorry,
connection
you guys?
bad?
I can hear you.
Seems good to me.
No, it's my Discord. My Discord's apparently freezing up every couple of times I talk.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, your Discord is going bad on me. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's mine.
apparently when I explain everything through, and you say, you can't hear me? It's like, oh shit, it's happening again.
Yeah, everything was fine for long minutes, and now it's bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I was saying in craft, because if you can't fake being good at your job, then nothing else is gonna fly.
Oh my freaking god!
At least you have a few different skills you could claim a favorite use with.
Yeah, the rolls are not good for you guys today.
Wow! Oh man, just wow!
The class
How
ends
do
start.
you do, fellow crew member?
How did you blow up the ship?
Well, I suppose it's time to take a favorite use in craft. Can I just put in work a day, which means it doesn't apply to repairing or sabotaging or anything?
Sure. So I'm gonna
Blimey.
do this again, says the guy. Sure.
All right, at least one freaking success. Holy crap.
Alright, one sec.
And I guess how long is it going to be before we make Planetfall?
Let's see here. Asteroid Vestra.
Oh, crud. I still have. Yeah, I still have Malmagnati's Secrets, so I'm going to tap that too. There's no reason not to. Okay, now I have tapped Malmagnati's Secrets, which is that anyone who is. That's a D12 bonus, but it's also a D12 bonus for anyone to see through me to know that I have Malmagnati's Secrets. Because then people say, wow, that method of twisting a torque wrench while using webbing to do so. That's a secret inner technique of the Malmagnati circle. But if no one else has Malmagnati Secrets, they won't pick up on it. So.
All right. By the way, your travel time was about 8 days, or is going to be 8 days.
Okay. Well, in theory, I could throw my personality in there, but I'm just going to tap Malmagnati Secrets, which will tip the hand, like if anyone's looking for a specific Malmagnati. It's like that person over there isn't just a regular Rex.
All right. Well, if anybody recognizes you as a Rax of exceptional quality, nobody gives any indication of it.
I guess I screw up really early. It's like, aha! Did I say I was a murderer on the lam? I meant I was janitor.
Space janitor.
Cleaning up the jam.
Yeah, so after one exceptionally bad day, at the very beginning of the flight, you seem to pick up back your work habits again. I mean, you are a fairly good laborer. Well, I say you're a fairly good laborer. You've been proven once to be a good laborer, and then you failed pretty bad at the docks, I seem to recall.
It's not a good day for rolling.
And then you failed again today, and then picked it back up over an 8-day shift. So, I mean, it's bad. It's a bad day to be a laborer. But yeah, over the course of 8 days, was there anything you wanted to accomplish on this ride?
Well, first of all, see if I'm being followed, which apparently I'm not. So, because the odds of anybody following me are pretty low. But I'm also trying to lay low, so I'm guessing there's probably no way to parlay this secret into something else. So I guess I should probably be looking for leads to get, instead of working off the books. I think the best scene people have seen about working off the books is the movie The Terminal. Have you seen that with Tom Hanks?
No, because I heard it was bad, so I didn't watch it.
Is that the one where he's like a Russian or some kind of Slavic man and he's stuck in an airport for a few weeks?
Yeah, it's not very good, but the trick is that he shows up and starts doing day labor stuff around the airport. And the theory is because the guys who run the labor have so many people off the books, they just assume that he's one of their off the book people and pay him off the books, laying low. So since it's a large ship, there's probably a lot of people around.
It's fair.
So, but no, I guess because man, I do not have enough academics. Either I have to get smarter or find somebody who's smarter to figure out this refining secret.
Well, you almost were near Ivantana, who's got 2d8 in it, but
Yeah, but I have to
you
hook up with
chose.
somebody. So no, I'll just be looking for prospects. I guess while we're on the ship and laying low, nothing. I really don't think I can do anything until planetfall.
Okay, so you just spent the next 8 days in travel, doing as good a work as you can to not be, suspect.
Working hard to not reopen my stitches.
Right, but I mean, were you injured or were you hurt?
I was injured.
Okay.
I was almost dying.
Right. Until your friend decided to help you by shooting one of the other guys.
Right. So I know something complicated was going on there, but I don't know what's going on. Why does everybody have to threaten me with violence? It's so weird.
Well, I mean, it all started with violence when you think about it.
Yeah, well, it's a spider eat spider world.
That it is. Sorry, I was lost in an image of Lost in Space there for a second, where the spiders eat the wounded.
Speaking of movies that aren't very good,
Yeah.
that is a creepy movie.
Anyways, eventually we enter Tervis's gravity well, as the ship actually makes orbit around Tervis 2, the jungle moon of Tervis. I would say almost Venusian-like moon, in that it has a very thick atmosphere, which is why it survives fairly well outside of the Alice Belt. I keep saying Alice Belt. I know it's the wrong term.
What term are you looking
Alice Zone? Is that what I'm thinking of?
for? I don't know.
The zone in orbit around a sun in which life is most prominently to be found.
Oh, wow. I've always heard that called
Goldilocks. Goldilocks. I don't know why I was saying Alice. That's why I keep messing it up. Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold. That sort of thing.
Okay. I've never heard that called the Goldilocks. Wow. I've always heard that called the biozone. But people
I've
love
heard it called the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, it makes sense. Not too hot, not too cold. Yeah, in other words, yeah, you have to be able to support life, especially have water in liquid form.
Right, and this one is just outside of it, but it has a fairly thick atmosphere, almost Venusian, but not quite as acidic or as bad, and it also has the benefit of falling within its main planet's shadow every so often.
Greenhouse gases for the win.
Yeah. Otherwise,
The
it's
weather must be awesome.
well, you can imagine very extreme rainforest type, almost constantly raining. Because what happens on Turvis 2 is that it's always raining. The rainwater hits the surface, almost instantly evaporates, turns back into the atmosphere, rains again, almost
Yep.
constant cycle.
Yep.
That's why the it has the super. What's the largest tree? Redwoods. I'm gonna go with redwoods. It has large structures of jungle and almost a redwood style, massive trees, humongous roots, able to dig into the rocky soil, and thus able to withstand years, centuries, who knows how long of erosion.
Yeah, megaflora.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot better looking than rocks or gas. Probably a nice change of pace from where I'm.
Right. Well, your ship comes into orbit around Turvis 2, where a number of small shuttles are going to launch from the planet's surface to offload in space to then carry everything down to the surface. What is your plan from here?
I guess to secure employment. The first thing to do is to get a job, and then the next thing to do is to figure out how I'm going to move this formula along. I either need to find somebody who's smarter than me or get smarter myself. But the job is more important. Now I have skills, and there's always jobs that need doing.
Okay, but I mean, rather more immediately, when the shuttles come to pick up the cargo, are
Yeah.
you going to try and negotiate with the captain of the vessel for disembarking? Or are you going to try to just sneak off? What is your immediate
Oh, I
goal
snuck
here?
on the ship. There's no reason why I can't sneak off the ship.
Right. Is that what you're going to do? Like, get onto one of
Oh
the
yeah.
shuttles?
No, yeah, I'm not planning on. Oh wait, are we not making?
No.
Sorry. In other words, we're getting in the lee orbit to discharge. Yeah, I got to sneak down to the surface, down with one of the labor teams.
All right. And do you plan to do that through social maneuvering? Or are you going to actually try and stealth your way in? How do you want to get onto a shuttle to get down?
Is usually my first choice because I would rather. Like I'm sure that there's loading teams, but I'm sure there's also teamsters that go down with it to unload it. Unless, well, sorry, I'm not. I shouldn't say I am sure. How are they unloading the stuff? What are we unloading?
Mostly mining and building equipment.
Okay, so yeah, that would have to make landfall. We're not just like dropping off raw materials. So yeah, my goal would be to sneak on with one of the teams. So like tell find somebody say, hey, you don't want to make planetfall. That's terrible. Got to do all this stuff, and your stomach feels like it's turning inside out. Yeah, I'll swap ships with you. It's no big deal.
All right. What skills do you have to convince somebody that they don't want to go onto a planet after having spent however long in space?
That's probably no. In fact, I'm thinking I have strength and team player. It makes a lot more sense if I just show up and pretend I'm supposed to be there because I have deceit, which is the ability to pretend to be someone I'm not, and evasion, which is the ability to not be seen very well. So I'd rather just try to find a team and blend in with it.
Okay, so, huh?
So that would be deceit and evasion. Deceit to look like I'm supposed, be wearing the right uniform that I'm supposed to be here, and then evasion to see if I can, just hide. One of the problems with hiding on a shuttle is that they often weigh the things. So unless
Yeah, fuel expenditure.
either it's a really big shuttle that won't notice me, or I'll have to remove something to make room for myself.
All right, well, let's get that roll of speed, deceit, and evasion first. And do you have any gifts that you meld into with the crowd?
No. And I only have one success.
Okay.
So I would be able to deceive the most cursory of inspections.
Okay. Well, the unloading teams, or sorry, rather, the loading teams, they disembark from various shuttles. They load in these cargo containers off of the main bay of the ship that you've been riding on all this time, and you just meld in with the crews that are loading and unloading.
Yeah, like when they say, "Hey, we need to load this," I say, "Yeah, I'm on it." Lift, push, unload. You know,
Right.
just
And
show up and look like I'm supposed to be working there.
yeah, and when everybody else goes back into the main cargo bay, you would stay with the other crew.
Yeah, fortunately, wearing suits, this it's a little easier to blend in. Although I know that when we were on the station, it was mostly a Rax crew. I'm guessing this shuttle crew is a little more cosmopolitan.
Right. It's more of a mix.
Okay, so it might be a little harder to blend in, but hey, um, it's not like I'm sure. I it's not like I'm shirking. I look like I know what I'm doing, so it's
Right.
more like, hey, I don't recognize that worker instead of, hey, that's a stowaway.
Yeah, but no. Yeah, you get on board the shuttle, and it seems as though no one's noticed the additional weight, or at least even an additional body, because the doors close and it takes off from the ship.
Yep.
And you find yourself racketed or racked rather, by the sudden implementation of gravity as it
Yep.
reasserts its control over your body.
Right, as we slowly descend, we'll go from it'll be good to get out of free fall. I have missed gravity.
Sorry, cough there. But yeah,
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not good at polite conversation, so I'll probably try to avoid that. It's so terrible being part of the warrior caste. I can't relate to common people.
somebody turns to you and says, "Are you talking to me?"
No, it's my internal monologue.
Oh, okay.
If anything, I'd be talking to my husband, who I brought with me.
That doesn't look weird at all.
It looks a little weird, but it's not that weird.
Does your husband have a spacesuit?
Yeah, but I also travels in the pack on my suit.
Okay.
He's often just riding on my back, not saying anything. It's like
So he's got a space pet carrier.
a papoose, yes, or a pet carrier, yeah. It's my support animal, literally. Don't ask questions.
All right, but yeah, your shuttle swerves down through the atmosphere. I imagine there's some sort of, for the effect of a viewer, forward-facing open visor that you can see yourself cutting through waves of clouds and whatnot as you come swooshing down between massive trees and large canopies to eventually come across this rather large opaque dome that's built into the like a giant clearing of what must have been jungle itself that was cleared out to build a Volante base on the moon surface. Sorry, if I stop talking for a minute, it's because I'm in a hacking cough fit. So,
Roger that.
yeah, but this like blast shield sort of thing opens up into the dome, and the convoy of shuttles goes flying into it as it closes behind. And you settle down onto sorry, I want to use the word concrete, but that's not pavement of some sort. Onto a paved landing area where all the shuttles just open up and they start disembarking their crews and cargo. What is your move from here?
Well, I'll help unload because I'm supposed to be part of the unloading crew.
Right. Okay, well, you just start taking these boxes that looked like on the sides. They have these just long worded descriptions of the company that manufactured them, weights, safe lifting requirements for various different types of gear.
Yeah, I mean, I can operate a loader. So, but mostly what I would do is help other people, blending in with using team player, since I have that. And then after everything is unloaded, um, I assume there's going to be a downtime, when they refuel the ship and go back up. That's when I'll start looking around to try and assess this place. Like, I'm wondering if there is a job exchange. Is Tervis a company world, or is it a commercial world?
When you say
Like, is it?
commercial world, what are you
Sorry,
looking?
I mean, is it a monopoly or is it an open market?
Oh yeah, it's more of a monopoly.
All right,
It's a mining and manufacturing base for Volante Industrial.
I
This
missed some of
is,
that.
I'm
You
sorry.
cut out.
What did you? I said it's a mining and manufacturing planet for Volante Industrial.
Okay, so Volante would have all the job offerings. Well, then I'll guess I'll go look to see if there's a Volante job exchange. There might not be. I mean, I don't know if Volante has strong labor unless people can engage and choose contracts.
Give me a
Or
roll of mind and questioning to see
yeah.
what you know about Volante Industrial and Tervis.
Oh, one success.
With one success, what you would know through the grapevine of Volante Industrial as regards to Tervis is that there is pretty well-founded rumors, like rumors in the fact that it hasn't been substantiated yet, but it's one of those everybody knows sort of things, that Volante Industrial uses slave labor on Tervis. Like they've got a sorry, words escaping me. A native environment full of alien species that they have exploited for their own gains.
Okay. Now, so is there an underground or criminal or subversive element?
If there is one, it hasn't been made known.
So there's no known large block of organized crime, but it's a whole planet.
Sorry, you broke up there at the very end.
Sorry, I apologize. There would have to be, so there might be pockets of resistance and crime, but not organized crime.
Most of what's known, I'm sorry, you're on Tervis 2. Sorry, my bad. Tervis is known as the manufacturing and mining. Sorry, my brain just stopped on me. It is the manufacturing resource allocation planet in itself is an uninhabitable mess. Tervis 2, the jungle moon of Tervis, is the planet known where it has a native population that that Volante Industrial uses to gather slave labor from. The information that comes from Tervis 2 typically comes from crews entering and leaving Tervis 2, not directly associated with Volante Industrial. Thus, any information that you know doesn't itself come from the native inhabitants. So, if there is an uprising, if there is a resistance, it's not known because it's only just rumor that Volante Industrial is using slave labor.
Interesting. Well, I think it's time to go into the seedy underbelly and find out what's up with the local natives. Even though I may look scary, but I have all necessary skills to spy on shit.
Okay. And when you
So that's my
say,
next goal, is to break off from this and to try and find the natives and get the other side of the story.
sure, I'll even. What were your goals again?
Oh, let's see. My goal is to escape custody and get a lot of money.
Okay. Alright, well, I will offer you a third goal.
Yay.
Discover the Tervis underground network.
Okay, I was thinking didn't know if you just wanted to say escape custody was gone and just give me insider with Tervis or something.
No.
Okay. All right, that's what I'll be doing.
Alright. But, you know what, actually... Yeah, okay. How exactly were you wanting to go about this, though?
Well, first, so I'm assuming that the way they have the staging area here, where the spaceport, where they land the ships and do the vehicles, but their work crews, I mean, have to live somewhere. So where do
Oh,
they
no,
live?
this is it. This is a very large dome structure, with all the buildings, administrative, living, etc., under this dome. It just so happens that also the landing port, the spaceport, all that is also here.
Okay, so in other words, so this might be a small capsule. So if I'm actually going to find the natives, I'm going to have to leave this dome.
That seems reasonable.
You said the atmosphere was breathable?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next thing to do is to get out of the dome. Do they have checkpoints where they,
Yeah, there are large numbers of what do you call them? Vehicle bays, where you keep all
Yeah.
your mobile transportation and everything like that. Yeah, around the outer edges of the dome, where it
Yeah.
looks like there's also like large gates for. It looks like it's a very. Sorry, I don't know what I was about to say. It looks like it's something they do a lot to head out into the jungles, and
Yeah.
who knows?
Right. Well, screw this. I can I have crafting skills and the ability to cling to walls. I will find a insecure, unsupervised spot and dismantle part of the dome and slip through the hole and then fix it behind me. And I will take a lot of time to do this.
What skills do you have to break through the dome without being noticed?
Craft and deceit.
Okay.
The two best skills. Also, I'm a spider. I can I can cling to walls
That's fair.
and have an extra pair of arms. I mean, like I can totally do this.
Well, I don't know. We've said that a lot today.
Well, sorry. In theory, I could do this. In practice, I need to freaking roll. So I'm guessing this would be mind, craft, and deceit.
Yep.
I don't know if strength plays into this.
Sure, go ahead.
Because I am huge. Man, if I had help, I'm a team player. Like the entire time I'm doing this, I'm thinking like, man, if I could have some help. And then my husband will offer to help. I go, you're useless. You're just a stupid pet.
He's just a tactics bonus.
Yeah, raises up two of its arms.
He's also an observation bonus. What is with my freaking rolls today? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tip my hand and invoke Malmagnati's secrets on this. 2 successes. If anyone comes by and looks at work, they'll go, wait, those are Malmagnati cuts. They always cut single lines to hide their number of hands.
Sure thing, Tuscan Raider.
They cut a figure eight pattern so the legs fit through better.
They measure 8 times, cut once.
You measure 8 times, cut once. Yeah, I mean, just the telltale signs of that. So.
Sure, it's the pattern of the webbing. Yeah, I mean, that's good enough to break through the dome. I mean, the dome isn't itself, like, secured, webbed all over the place, so.
Well, I assume it's got removable panels so that when it becomes damaged, they can replace it. So really, I'm just like popping out a window and then popping it back in.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah, sure. So you're on the outside. You've
Right. I mean, I'm
seemingly
just assuming. Yeah, I was just assuming that would be skilled labor, which fortunately I can pull off.
right. So yeah, you get onto the outside, seemingly undetected.
Wow, it's even more. I know they said it was humid, but this is like soup. It has got to be like the wettest ever out here.
It never stops raining, so
It never stops raining and never stops evaporating. It's
right.
got to be like, oh my god, like the worst sauna ever.
And always and constantly. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you are surrounded by the largest trees you've probably ever seen or ever will see, given that I know the layout of the system.
It's time to wander off into the wilderness and find the local inhabitants. If they're sentient, they would have, or sorry, if they're sophantic, they would have started building their own structures. So that's time to look for that. Off to the trees! Oh no, the entire planet's surrounded by incredibly tall trees. What is a spider going to do?
Be the apex predator, I guess.
I'm sure we'll find delicious things to eat.
Alright, so you go for the trees.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I need the entire time. My character is self-conscious that she needs more talking skills. She doesn't have that, so she's not like haughty or arrogant about it. It's like she's aware that she's going to have to become more crafty. Every mistake haunting her. It's like, if only I could, relate to people better.
Right, but she's also filled with apparently self-confidence.
Well, I am awesome.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't seem to ever have any doubts about what she's doing.
Right. Well, she knows her limitations. So, Mdava is keenly aware of those. That's what makes her part of the warrior caste.
Right, and she never seems to take much time. Why are these things happening to me? It's always, I have to do this in response to this.
Oh, no, I know why these things are happening to me. I mean, it's I'm not a planner.
Okay.
So, no, I know. I'm full of like self-doubt about that. It's like, I don't know, I know it's that weird thing where I think Ndava knows she doesn't know what she's doing. So that's where we got to find somebody smarter.
Okay. So, you're going into the trees, going into the jungles to try and find some native life by spotting artificial construction. Is that what you said?
Yeah, tracking, good old-fashioned way. I mean, people who I still have, an engineering outfit. So it's like, I'm assuming the natives are the natives primitive, or the natives just exploit it? Or do I even know?
I mean, you wouldn't really know until you've
Well,
met them.
the first thing to do would be look for signs of technology, such as power lines and radio traffic.
Give me a roll of mind observation, and does your engineering outfit have survey?
Survey.
I'm sorry, was that a confirmation or no?
I said it has survey.
Okay, it does, okay.
Okay. Oh. Oh, I typoed. Hold on. Okay, what the hell? Matt, we are just getting the crappiest rolls.
So do you have a favorite use of observation?
The system's unluckiest day.
No, I don't, but I don't want to use it right now.
Okay.
One success would find something obvious.
Well, with one success, if they do have anything like that, you don't seem to be able to find anything.
I'm guessing the only radio chatter I find is from the dome.
Yeah, well, yeah, any radio chatter you find is either from orbit, from the planet, or from this moon. And it's all Volante. All Volante all the time.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm guessing that there's some of the local flora and fauna that's edible. I basically have a lot of high places to fight and could be an apex predator. So if I have to go to ground and survive off of nature, I'm totally down with that. And biding my time until I find something out. So I'm totally willing to go to ground on this.
Okay. And do you have skills to survive long periods of time? I mean, I know you said you're good at fighting and everything like that, but
I have athletics. Endurance would be the best skill for this, and I actually don't have that. But I'm willing to give it a try.
sure. Just give me a roll of what
Usually it'd be
mind
body.
or body.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Are you gonna try and think your way through this, or are you just gonna try and rough your way through this?
Doesn't matter, they're the same die.
Okay. Well, let's just assume that you're gonna body your way through this then. Body endurance. Do you have any survival gifts?
No, in fact, the biggest problem is I have team player. So we're gonna try it.
Well, I guess you have to find that little Ewok, buddy.
Just giving up. All
Mm,
right,
try.
so much for trying to do that. Yeah, the problem is that I'm a city slicker with no social skills.
Yeah. So after a day or two of
Gonna
not
reopen my
finding anything,
stitches.
of not
Yeah.
finding any native inhabitants, of realizing that you don't seem to have the skills to survive out here on your own.
I'm gonna have to sneak back into the station and pretend I work there.